It increasingly feels like the world is now in the mood to openly challenge United States' decades-long dominance. Countries that were once considered Washington's most reliable allies are now appearing to push back against the United States. Nearly 40 European nations that traditionally stood firmly with America are now showing signs of charting a different path, frustrated by Trump's policies. Trump's strategy of pressure and coercion has sparked anger across Europe. The situation has reached a point where these countries are not just distancing themselves from the US, but are also openly using sharp and critical language against Trump. Several European nations have begun weakening their ties with Washington and are rethinking their strategies toward Russia. This has fueled speculation that, in the future, some European countries could form a new alignment with Russia, India, and China, one that directly challenges American power. For decades, United States' greatest strength has been the US dollar. Global trade has long been conducted in dollars, giving Washington the ability to use tools like tariffs to pressure other countries. But now, that same dollar is increasingly becoming a vulnerability. Many nations have realized that reducing dependence on the dollar is the only way to escape US pressure. One of the most striking examples is Russia and India. When the US imposed an additional 25% tariff on India for purchasing Russian oil, India's total US tariff burden rose to nearly 50%, one of the highest in the world. Under this pressure, India did reduce its purchases of Russian oil to some extent. However, Russia responded with a far more strategic move. Instead of using the dollar, Russia has begun settling trade with India using gold. In just 10 months last year, Russia exported more than $50 million worth of gold to India. When investors buy gold, it directly impacts the dollar, because gold prices are set in dollars on global markets. Rising demand for gold means falling demand for the dollar, which weakens the currency. Over the past 4 years, Russia has sold nearly 60% of its gold from its funds, clearly signaling its attempt to move away from the dollar-based system. And it's not just Russia. India, too, is stepping back from U.S. Treasury bonds. India has begun selling U.S. Treasuries and increasing its gold reserves instead. Until now, U.S. Treasury bonds were considered the safest investment in the world. But countries like Russia, India, China, and Brazil turning away from them is a major blow to the United States. In the past year alone, India, China, and Brazil together have sold nearly $183 billion worth of U.S. bonds. China, in particular, has sharply increased its gold purchases. All these developments point to one clear trend: the world is slowly reducing its reliance on the US dollar. If this trend continues, the dollar's global dominance could face a serious challenge in the years ahead. The question now is whether United States influence is truly weakening, or if this is just a temporary strategic shift. How do you see this situation? Do you think the era of the US dollar is coming to an end? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you.